What's up, everyone? I'm Jack Slater, the one, the only comic outlaw, and I am back from my exile. Yes, the man gonna give it to you for a while, and we're dropping Masters of the Universe. Yes, Image Comics, Volume 2, 3 of 3. Let's rock and roll and get on with it, shall we? Yeah. And I love this picture. It's a great picture of Stratos. One of the toy sets, very cool character. And we're picking up after Man-at-Arms has disappeared into the void, into that great beyond, into this machine that Skeletor had invented. And Tila is basically lost. And the Masters don't know what to do at this point. For Man-at-Arms is basically the brains. He's kind of a mix between Tony Stark and Batman. And they're basically lost for words. They don't know what to do. Tila is beside herself, and she's usually the strongest soldier, the strongest fighter. She has a great will when it comes to fighting, when it comes to staying strong, but she's just completely fallen and lost without her father. And then all of a sudden, there's a crack, and a ba-boom, and yes, a thud, as Man-at-Arms falls to the ground, injured, probably shot from the interdimensional travel, but no one knows exactly what is going on. Quickly, the Masters are surprised, and both surprised and happy that Man-at-Arms is back, but there's still a lot of questions. Where did he go to? What happened? How severely is he injured? And it's time to go back and get him medical attention and just kind of regroup, but the sorceress is looking on. And she gazes as Tila looks back, not knowing their bond, not knowing their connection. For as a mother looking down upon a daughter. But that is a story for another time. And in the Kingdom of Avion. And this is interesting. Stratos, like the leader of this group, they all fly around, they all wear the same kind of costume. And they kind of use a combination of jetpacks and wings, gliders, to kind of go back and forth. Very interesting. They kind of live on the high mountains. And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, this laser beam just comes out and boom! Part of the building's gone. Just like that, with a flash. Citizens and everything just gone in one blast. Of course, Stratos is distraught about this and goes and seeks help from the King of Eternia, Randor. But the Masters are looking out, keeping vigilant for Man-at-Arms. Wondering what it is to do next. I mean, many faces examine him because he does have three faces, a robot, a monster, and the robot's actually pretty smart, kind of a doctor. And at this point, Prince Adam decides that he ought to throw a party, something to honor the Masters. And this is kind of the split personality, the more character death that I was talking about that they gave him, kind of like a Bruce Wayne, Batman-ish, more like a Bruce Wayne, Superman-ish because of his character. You know, he's not really dark, and he's reaching out to Tila here, trying to sympathize with her. And Tila knows that Man-at-Arms is also like a father to Adam too, and she's kind of lost and sort of jealous that Man-at-Arms has this bond with Adam, but she doesn't know that he is He-Man, and Man-at-Arms kind of tutors him for a reason, so he could be a better hero. It's part of the silent sacrifice they both make, not telling Tila. And as he tries to reach out to her, kind of giving her a peek into the veil, but he can never tell her completely who he is, for he is He-Man and Prince Adam, and she must see them as two people. This is the silent sacrifice that I was talking about before. And, you know, as they have that little awkwardness, you know, Many Faces tells him the Man-at-Arms is basically alright, he just needs to wake up. There seems to be no damage, no physical damage, that is, and they would have to do a full scan upon him awaking. Of course, Stratos arrives and explains to King Randor that his city is falling apart. Piece by piece seems to be disappearing, disintegrating. And he asks for the aid of Man-at-Arms and the Masters, but Man-at-Arms is unconscious. Stratos, of course, is surprised by this because he had no idea what was going on. And this is where Randor gives a very subtle hint, telling Adam to find He-Man. where he thinks that he can find He-Man. And I always liked that. They kind of hinted that the original cartoons too, that Randor kind of sort of had an idea of what was going on, but, kind of wink, wink didn't. And as Teela's taking care of her father, she's basically confessing to him, telling him, how much she loves him and bearing her soul. Teela's a very tough person, but she's all heart. That's one of the reasons a lot of people love her as a character. And as Man-at-Arms begins to awake, he says, "The castle." He wakes up that He-Man will kill us all. What's going on with Man-at-Arms? Why did he yell that? Why did he wake up half disturbed and mad with anger? And as He-Man's gliding, he's actually talking to Many Faces, and he's sort of, telling him that he's worried about Man-at-Arms, and that Man-at-Arms is sort of a mentor to him, as they're flying to Avion, and they're trying to straighten everything out. And Man-at-Arms is, trying to offer a little bit of solace, but as they arrive, they find out that more of the areas have been disintegrated, more of the people are gone, and basically the kingdom is in ruins of Avion. And they're just flying around trying to figure out what's going on. Do they have any ground reinforcements or air reinforcements? They find that they have a few of the men left, and they're trying to regroup, trying to figure out what exactly happened. And as Many Faces switches to his robot mode, he decides he starts analyzing everything, starts taking readings, starts trying to find out why this is happening, why this flux is happening. And as he's gathering information, there's a ba-boom. An explosion. Like something is cracked open. Something between time, space, and dimension. And these weird bat creatures come out, screeching, wanting to attack, willing to shred everything in sight. Who are these creatures? Where do they come from? What exactly is going on? Well, that's an answer for another time. And of course, I love the artwork, so I threw up this picture of Beastman that was added in because it's just so cool, and Beastman's so cool. One of my favorites. And will the bad guys be able to win? Will they have that victory? What's going on with this portal opening up? We'll find out. And as always, I'm the Comic Outlaw, and I'll catch you on the flip side. Laters.